After a bumpy ride in the year of the tiger, businesses and consumers have a spring in their step as they welcome the year of the rabbit.
The number one thing is food. So you've got people buying drinks and fruit and the isang for their lohaes and things like that. The next category is going to be fashion. And then from there you have things like beauty products, but food is by far the number one spending area this year.
At this Chinese fine dining restaurant, staff are preparing for one of the busiest periods of the year. This Chinese New Year is the first since COVID-19 group size restrictions were lifted. Last year, there was a dining cap of 5 persons. But with no more restrictions, restaurants like this can now use all the available dining capacity for Chinese New Year reunion dinners. And this volume means that they are able to watch the bottom line through economies of scale.
Basically, restaurant business is all about driving volume. What we mean is that, for example, in the kitchen, right, we have the cook cooking. So he cooked for one person, one portion, versus he cooked for a 10 person, 10 portion. So the time spent is about the same, right? But we improve on our productivity. And by doing so, we bring our costs, we try to bring our costs as low as possible and keep it as affordable as possible.
The restaurant is also offering cost-conscious diners more choices.
We try our very best to re-engineer our menu to make it as competitive and affordable for our customers. We also adjust our pricing slightly to manage the cost increase.
For those looking to splurge, there's a luxurious 8-course menu with traditional delicacies like whole abalone and fish maw. This costs up to $300 a head. But there's also a streamlined 6-course menu with the same luxury ingredients served in one sharing-style course. This brings the price down to under $100 a head. The restaurant is completely booked out for reunion dinner. Its range of Chinese New Year treats also sold out a week before the holidays started. Indeed, the restaurant says the problem isn't the lack of consumer demand. The challenge it's facing is the supply of workers during this busy period.
Pre-COVID time, these part-timers that we hire, we pay a salary ranging from $150 a day to $180 a day. And we can hire them whenever we need them, particularly during the few hot dates. But this year is a very, very different situation. The cost has gone up to anywhere between $250 to $280 a day. And yet we cannot find this talent to help us. What we try our very best to do, and we managed to do so, is from our other food and beverage outlets, we redeploy some of our culinary team into the Chinese restaurant to help to do basic prep work. For example, chopping of vegetables, doing things that not a normal Chinese cook need to do. We don't require a specialist to do this.
The rising cost of labor comes on top of a year of food price inflation. Festive staples like seafood, meat, and vegetables have seen some of the biggest rises. This has been made worse by supply chain delays.
The cost went up and the timeline became longer. So a lot of projections, we need to have more time to prepare ourselves and also speak to our supplier earlier to let them prepare themselves too. We look into bulk purchase from our suppliers to curb the prices. We buy in early to get a better price to help us to curb the inflation.
Consumers too are spending smarter to fight inflation.
We've also launched bulk buys, where then people can buy items in greater sizes, cartons and all, where then they can have the toothpaste and all, for extended period. And then we see actually a growing adoption of that. Is also we see consumers also shifting to more house brands, which are significant value for money, but of course of similar quality as well. And it's not just with the groceries, but also even with other products like hair shavers or hair dryers. They continue to be more open to different brands of these items, including new emerging house brands or even white label brands. So I would say that could be ways for our consumers to cope with inflation.
Lazada has seen a spike in online sales in the last 4 weeks, which it attributes to the combination of the year-end holiday, an earlier Chinese New Year, and the January 1st GST hike.